Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we have the opportunity to interview people from other countries who speak English in order to know more about their culture and traditions, and at the same time be able to practice our listening and speaking skills. So let's start. Okay, we are going to start with this interview, but first, what's your name?
My name is Judy.
Nice to meet you. I'm Joanna.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, where are you from?
I come from St. John's in Newfoundland in Canada.
Okay, that's nice. So we are going to start with a question because we had to know more about your culture. And the question says, how do you typically interact with technology and media in your daily life? And what kind of social networks do you usually use?
I am an older person, and in my country, older people don't use a lot of technology. I use Facebook, and because I have Facebook, I have Messenger, and I use that to interact with my family that lives in a different part of Canada, because then I can share pictures and we can stay in touch. My children also use Snapchat, Instagram, and other things, but I don't use that.
Well, in El Salvador is something different because we always use WhatsApp to communicate with someone, and honestly, we rarely use Snapchat or Instagram to talk with someone. So the next question says, what are some important values or principles that you think define your culture or your country?
I come from a place that's a big island, but it has a small population. And so we value honesty and helping each other because it's a big island and we only have 500,000 people. So we have to help each other to get by. In the rest of Canada, I've lived in various parts of Canada, and in other parts of Canada, it's also true that people help each other a lot. We're nice and we're friendly, and we value helping each other and being nice. And even in the world, Canada is seen as a country of peacekeepers. We don't have an army that goes to war. We are peacekeepers. So I think that's a big value for Canada.
Well, in El Salvador, we can say that people are supportive and hardworking. Okay, to finish this interview, I would like to know your experience in our country. Can you tell us about it?
I love this country.
Really?
Yes, I do. And I first came here about 20 years ago.
20 years ago?
20 years ago, when
Interesting.
most people at the time were flying over El Salvador and did not want to come. And I came and I took the chicken bus and I went to a similar beach in El Tunco, and now I've been there 2 other times. I like it here because the people are nice, the country is beautiful, and I have never found the people to be nasty or mean, even though some people say, don't go there, it's not a safe country. I have always found it to be nice and the people are helpful. And look at how pretty it is here. It's a very beautiful country. And driving in on the bus, we came in a private shuttle. The volcanoes and the mountains and the valleys, it's very beautiful here. I'm surprised that there's not more tourists.
Okay, I really like your experience in El Salvador, and I hope you can enjoy our country, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, and it's been so special to chat with you guys today because you are hardworking, and it's nice to have a chat and share our different countries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, mister. Michael.
Michael. Okay, we would like to know what kind of celebrations are in your country, like weddings, parties, or something like that. What do you like to do the most
For celebrations,
for celebrations?
it depends. It depends if it's a birthday. Usually, it's like I'm 60 now, my age, 60. So I don't want to keep celebrating like big,
Yeah.
we celebrate maybe the big birthdays like 50 or 21. It's a big birthday. My son is 19. So he's your age, 19?
No, 23.
Are you 23? Oh, you look
23.
younger. Right. My son is 19. So in 2 years' time, when he's 21, that scene is a big celebration
Oh, I
in
see.
Britain. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
He's a man. He's now the man. Yeah? But he's going to university next year. So we celebrate different things. Sometimes, like I live in a bit of England where not many of my family are near there. So it's often sometimes with my wife's family, but my family are in Scotland, which is maybe 600 kilometres away.
Oh, that's
So
that's interesting.
yeah. But my dad is an old man now. He's 87. So I go and visit him 4 or 5 times a year because he's
Okay.
87, and we have a beer and we chat, and it's nice to see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So celebrations, yeah. It depends on the family
From the family, for
and
example.
circumstances, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And the occasion. What occasion? Yeah.
That's a good point, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that people here would have more family celebrations. I think it's El Salvador, the families. Do you think so? Are communities closer together? More family based. Not so much in Britain.
No, I think no. But okay, taking this into account, I can say another question. That is, what do you think that is the best way to entertain yourself? For example, in the weekends, in vacation, something like that. What are the things that
Yeah.
you like to
Yeah.
do the most?
So now that I no longer work, I used to be a high school teacher, and I retired from teaching 2 years ago.
Oh,
So I have lots of time.
yeah.
So
I imagine.
I go. One of the things I do now is I go to. Have you heard of Cambridge?
Yeah.
Cambridge University. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, Cambridge
Very famous,
University.
yeah. So we have a building there, and it's to design and make things.
Wow, that's interesting.
So I was a design teacher, so I go there and I make furniture, or I might make picture frames, out of wood usually.
Yeah.
And I craft these and I make these. So I go there 3 times a week, and it's now no longer for the children; it's for yourself, or my friends, or my wife, or whoever. You can make things, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to do, and I sometimes play sport. I play a little bit of golf. I like to go to the movies. I like to travel. Traveling's good, and we are all a group. We just met 5 days ago in Antigua in Guatemala. So we have some people from Canada, Britain, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, and we never met, and we come together and we experience this beautiful country. Yeah?
Thank you.
That's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you for sharing us the
You're-
experience in this country, and share us your experience in your country and something like that. Okay. Thank you. Nice
You're very
to meet
welcome. You too. Okay. Good luck.
Good morning. My name is Ilse Diaz. What is your name?
Hi, good morning. My name is Katie.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Okay, could you share a popular story or the legend that represents your country or community and has a special meaning for local people?
Okay, so Australia, we have an Indigenous community, much similar as the Mayan community. So similar way, the English came over and took over, but we're trying to re-establish a lot of the Indigenous culture back into Australia. So they have traditional stories called the Dreamtime stories, which talk about like the creation of Australia and like the land and everything. And they have, I'm trying to remember exactly what it is, but they've got the rainbow serpent, who is the serpent who created all the mountains region of Australia. So it like slithered around. And then it was attacked by something, and then, sorry, very bad at remembering it, but it was attacked by something, and then it curled up into the middle of Australia and created Uluru, which is the large rock that you'll see out in the desert. So that's how that rock became, because of the rainbow serpent.
Okay, that sounds so interesting.
Yeah, that's great.
My second question is, had ever a movie been filmed in your country? If yes, how do you think the movie capture the sense of your country?
Yes, so Australia has quite a big film industry. I actually work in it, so work on Australian projects. But one of the most popular ones was a film called Australia, which Basil Erdman, who did Moulin Rouge, filmed. It had like Nicole Kidman and gosh, what's his name? Anyway, Hugh Jackman in it. So it was like a big Australian film. But it was interesting because it talked about the colonialism and British coming over to Australia and kind of the early years of settlement. And so it was all set in Darwin, which is a very rural Australian town, but it was during World War II, bombed by the Japanese, but it was kept secret during most of the war. But they had flown over and bombed most of Darwin and ruined most of the city, but it's been rebuilt now. And now if you go there are crocodiles that will eat you. So as everyone says, everything in Australia will eat you. But they left that out in the movie.
Okay, the last question, can you tell us about a special tradition that your family has in a special day?
Okay, my family's not a very big tradition family, but we do Christmas. So obviously it's big in Australia. It's very different to the rest of the world because it's so hot. So we do barbecues, we'll go to the beach, we'll do like a big, like basically like a summer holiday. But my family likes to we do a big breakfast for everyone. So we have like sausages, eggs, hash browns, avocado, mushrooms, and we'll all sit down together and have a big breakfast.
Okay, it's so different, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and last question. I'm sorry, I said the last question. Okay. Is there a common saying in your language that shows that your country believes in?
That shows my country believes in?
Yes, sayings like so in El Salvador we say, for example, el que madruga Dios le ayuda. I don't know,
okay.
in your country you have a saying in the
Yes.
is no?
Yes, everyone will say no worries mate.
Don't
No worries mate.
Okay.
That's like, it just covers everything. You've done something wrong, no worries mate.
Okay.
Someone's cancelled plans, no worries mate.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem, thank you so much.
Now she's going to tell us about a unique tradition from her community.
Hi, I come from a different place in Canada, and we have a lot of different traditions than the rest of the country. I come from Newfoundland, and one of our fun traditions is just before Christmas time we mummer, and it's MUMMER, and we call it going mummering, and we get all dressed up in strange and funny clothes and disguise our face so nobody can tell who we are. And then as a group of friends, we go visiting in the community, and we'll knock on people's door and scream out, "Any mummers loud?" And it means any mummers allowed in, but we just say any mummers loud. And even if they don't open the door, we will try the door, and we will go in, and we will dance, and we will sing, and they have to bring out rum and alcohol and food, and we stay there dancing and singing and playing with them and having a party until they figure out who we are. And if they don't figure out who we are, we stay there but it is people that we know. We don't go to strangers. So it can be our neighbors, our friends, our relatives, and it's just a big party that we have, and the party moves from one house to the next until they figure out who we are. And we dress up in really strange ways. And boys will wear girls' clothes, and we also have a fun instrument that we call the ugly stick. And it's a broom handle with some sort of fake head, maybe of a horse, and on the bottom of it we put an old boot, and we screw into it bear caps so that when you bang it, it makes a noise, and we use that as music when we sing and dance when we're mummering.